It's midday. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Citi Prime News. The news is live from our studios at number 11, Dr. Morty Loop in Adabraka, Accra. I am Ajwa Tinkra Madam. Coming up, Inspector General of Police visits bereaved family in Inswatreman Kotoko clash as the service delegates psychologists to provide counseling services to the family. Also coming up, Parliament expected to deliberate on outstanding ministerial nominees vetted by Appointments Committee. We'll bring you updates as the House sits for the first time since the suspension of some 4 MPs. Still in the bulletin, a National Tripartite Committee begins deliberations on 2025 minimum wage, and later,
other facilities are going to get full in a very few days to come. Once I'm not there yet, it's difficult to say what is going to happen. Currently,
mortuary workers warn of impending shortage of space following suspension of mortuary services by Kolebo Teaching Hospital. We have details of these and more stories coming your way in 30 minutes. Remember, the news is live around the globe on citinewsroom.com. Across the country, we're live on a number of affiliate stations. If you're in the Western region, tune into Adwimpa 100.7 FM in Takwa, Beach 105.5 FM in Takrade, also Sky Power 93.5 FM in Takrade. In Abuna region, we're on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunya. In the Shanti region, this is Focus 94.3 FM in Kumasi, Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we're on Revival 99.3 FM in Tajavu, VOV Radio 95.7 in Hohoi. In the Northern region, this is Radio Bimbila 91.9 FM. In Upper East, find us on Quality 88.7 FM in Garu. And in the Upper West region, this is Tunsong 97.3 FM in Wa and Jirapa 96.1 FM. Please stay for details.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
We're grateful for your company this afternoon. We begin the bulletin from the Ashanti region, and the Ghana Police Service has delegated a psychologist to provide counseling services to the wife and children of the late Kotoko Football Club fan Francis Yafrim, popularly known as Pole. Now, the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Kufudampare, made this known when he visited the deceased relatives in Kumasi and assured the police are investigating the incident and will ensure justice for the deceased. We're joined on the line by our Middle Belt Bureau Chief Hafiz Tijani for more on this. Hafiz, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon, Adja.
So, what else has the IGP been saying apart from this delegation of a psychologist for the family?
So, the IGP has also been saying that they have deployed a team of crime investigators to the scene of the incident, and the investigators are also tasked to coordinate and also collaborate with the officers who were present during the incident and also during the match day or during the game. And he has also been saying that he's been meeting several stakeholders as far as this incident is concerned, the police service trying to investigate the matter and also get more information about what has happened. So first, the IGP visited the wife of the late fan, Kotoko football fan, and he has been assuring her that the police is on top of the issues. The police is investigating this matter, and the police would be with the family in these trying times and will ensure that this incident is investigated and the law takes its course. And he has also been saying that the deceased left behind 6 children. The wife and the mother of the wife, they are all distraught as far as the incident is concerned. And he says that the psychologist from the Ghana Police Service will be given to the family to counsel them so that for the time being, the psychologist can take them through some lessons so they can keep themselves as far as this incident is concerned. Then he proceeded to the house or to the residence of the mother of the late Kotoko fan. Currently, he's speaking to the family, trying to console them and also assuring them that the police is doing all it can to investigate this matter. But he also said that they met with the management of the Kotoko football club today and they had some discussions. And these are all efforts, part of the investigation the police is carrying out as far as this incident is concerned.
Hafiz, now we know the Ashanti region has one of the largest fan base of Kotoko. How have the supporters been reacting to all of this that has happened over the weekend?
So most of the supporters who have heard about the coming of the IGP have also come to this place following the IGP, and you hear from them condemning the incident and also urging the IGP to ensure that he investigates the matter. They say they believe in the IGP. He has the wherewithal to ensure that this matter is investigated and justice is brought to the deceased and his family. And most of them have been talking about the future so that we don't see any incident as far as violent clashes and confrontations are concerned. Ghana's league is concerned. So these are some of the sentiments you hear from most of the supporters who are around here. But when you tune into the local radio stations here in the Kumasi metropolis, the discussion is still ongoing, and most of the supporters are condemning this incident, and they are not so happy about the happening.
Before I let you go, how about the family themselves? How have they received, the passing, to the IGP's visit and all the conversations around this issue?
So one of the relatives who welcomed the IGP could not hold back her tears. She was saying that she heard about the news. So someone called her while she was home preparing supper. Someone called her and she didn't even know that this was happening. Though the deceased told her he was going for the games, they spoke in the morning. And when she heard about the news, she was so devastated, and the families are so devastated about the incident, and they want the IGP to ensure that justice prevails in this matter.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking with us. That's our Middle Belt Bureau Chief, Hafiz Tijani there. Well, the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare, met earlier with the management of Kumasi Asante Kotoko at the club secretariat, and he reaffirmed the police's commitment, or the police service's commitment, to supporting investigations into this incident.
And if the trophies are here, and there are no human beings around the trophy, what will be the goal of the trophy? So a game must be a game. And I think that's a big blessing to them. So now, on behalf of the entirety of the Ghana Police Service, from the constable to the highest rank, we want to use this opportunity through you to my grandfather, also, and the entirety of the Kotoko family to wish you our best of happiness. Communicate to the family the few words that we have for them. We will put it out, but for sure, be aware that we will do whatever it takes to get to the bottom of this matter.
You heard the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare. Meanwhile, the Ghana Football Association has engaged key stakeholders in the sports industry to assist with its investigations. We move on to some other stories now. The Mortuary Workers Association of Ghana is calling for the establishment of a city morgue to address a potential shortage of space at various mortuaries nationwide. This follows the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital's 6-week suspension of mortuary services due to ongoing refurbishment of its cold room facilities, rendering it unable to accept fresh bodies or brought-in dead cases. While speaking to City News, General Secretary of the Mortuary Workers Association, Richard Kofi Jordan, expressed concern over the strain the closure will place on other morgues.
Other facilities are going to get full in a very few days to come. Once you are not there yet, it's difficult to say what is going to happen. Currently, most facilities are not full. So what I'm saying, there are space around other facilities apart from Korle Bu. Korle Bu may lose some revenue. In terms of revenue, they may lose some revenue though. But I think when the facility is in good shape, it will serve all of us well. I think that we should, in future, be thinking about a city morgue. Currently, we don't have a city morgue. We should be thinking about a city morgue in Accra, where most of these eventualities, people can rush to that place. What is happening now is that even most of our mortuaries, because of the embalming that we do, whether refugees are working or not, you still can embalm and keep the body. Remember, Korle Bu is not going to close permanently. They are doing it just in 6 weeks. My prayer is that death rate should decrease. We should not see many deaths within this week. Otherwise, we are going to be in trouble.
You heard the General Secretary of the Mortuary Workers Association of Ghana, Richard Kofi Jordan. Let's take you to Parliament now, because security has been heightened in the House to prevent the 4 suspended members of Parliament from entering the chamber ahead of today's sitting. The lawmakers were suspended for 2 weeks by the Speaker following their involvement in a violent confrontation during the vetting of ministerial nominees last week. Well, ahead of proceedings, we understand heavy police presence has been observed. Let's go live there now and speak with our parliamentary correspondent Ni Ayikwe Okai. Ayikwe, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me as well.
We hear some singing going on in the background. What can you tell us?
Right, so Adwa, this is the minority members of Parliament chanting patriotic songs in protest against the suspension of their colleagues. If you recall, the Speaker Alban Batin suspended 4 members of Parliament for their involvement in that marked the ministerial vetting at the Appointments Committee last week. Today, they are clad in black attire with red armbands, and they are currently in front of Parliament chanting patriotic songs in protest against that action by the Speaker. We've also seen the party chairman, NPP party chairman, Stephen Intin here, together with some hierarchy of the NPP leadership, as well as the members of Parliament of the SPP caucus here in Parliament. So in the background, you can hear the MP. I have with me here the deputy minority leader, beg your pardon, Patricia Piedi. However, she has declined to speak. Now they say that they are going to engage the media in no time, so they restricted themselves from commenting for now. They are only resorting to singing the song. That's what you can hear in the background. So we are hoping that in no time they will address the media and then lay before us what their concerns are.
But sitting is supposed to begin at 12. Has it commenced?
Exactly the case. So sitting is expected to commence at 12 noon, as it was announced by the Speaker last Friday, but officially it hasn't begun yet. There is no member of Parliament in the chamber as of now. It's only the minority MPs that we've seen here, but they are not in the chamber. They are outside Parliament chanting the patriotic songs together with the leadership of the NPP here at the forecourt of Parliament, singing patriotic songs in protest against what they say is the unfair treatment of their colleagues who were suspended by Alban Batin, the Speaker of Parliament.
Now, have you cited any of the 3 members of the minority who are part of those suspended in this people who are chanting and singing?
Well, so as it stands now, I haven't seen any of them yet. I haven't seen any of them. Frank Anodompwe is not here at the moment. Jerry Ahmed Saib is not here at the moment. Gushegu MP Alhassan Tampuli is also not here at the moment. But I can see Patricia Piedi, who is the deputy minority leader, and then Habib Idris, who is the first deputy whip, as well as other members of the NPP caucus. Abuna Oseasari is here, and then we have Alexander Fisiafa, as well as other lawmakers here. Stephen Ayusu's team is also here. The party chairman himself is also here with the NPP members chanting the patriotic song in protest against the Speaker's directive.
Well, thank you very much for speaking with us. That's Nia Ikwe Okai bringing us sounds from Parliament. You heard the members of the Minority Caucus protesting the suspension of some 3 of their members. We know that the House is expected to sit today. The sitting has not yet commenced, but we'll bring you updates as and when we do have them. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News. Still ahead in the bulletin, education think tank Africa Education Watch calls for review of positive discipline policy in schools. We'll bring you details of this and more stories shortly.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
The Heritage Caravan 2025 is officially sold out. Thank you for your patronage. Now get ready for an unforgettable adventure with the Heritage Caravan 2025. We will experience a cultural revelation as we travel through 14 unique regions, each offering a deep dive into the nation's history, traditions, and natural beauty.
An opportunity to see Ghana in a more beautiful, and the people, the connection, incredible.
From Sunday the 2nd of March to Sunday the 9th of March 2025. Pack your bags and let's set off on the road trip of a lifetime with an unmatched opportunity to explore landmarks, taste authentic Ghanaian cuisine, experience the art, to network and to connect with the people who make Ghana truly special. This is more than a tour. It's a chance to experience the soul of Ghana, to witness its growth and to create lasting memories.
The places we visited, the road trip itself was awesome.
Everything was good, yes. Even the Bui Dam was very educational.
Follow all Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM social media handles for updates with the hashtag Heritage Caravan 2025. The Heritage Caravan 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV in partnership with the Ghana Tourism Authority, with support from 97.3 Citi FM, and proudly sponsored by the National Lottery Authority, Hollard Insurance, Omni Basic Bank, Goyle PLC, GB Foods, and Standard Water. Terms and conditions apply.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Welcome back to the bulletin. We bring you some more stories. Education think tank Africa Education Watch is calling for a review of the positive discipline policy. According to EduWatch, the policy, which largely prohibits corporal punishment, may have contributed to a decline in discipline in schools, as seen in recent incidents of violence nationwide. In an interview on the City Breakfast Show, Executive Director of EduWatch, Kofi Asare, called for a review of the policy to strengthen disciplinary measures, restore order, and promote good behavior in schools.
EduWatch called for a review of the policy, I think 2 years ago, when the teachers said that they are checked out. So whatever happens, they teach and then they take your salary and then you go. Because if you pass the person, you will be sanctioned. That is the policy, and the policy must be respected. The policy says that no corporal punishment, but there are other sanctions regimes that the policy recommends. Teachers are saying that those recommendations do not work. They do not deter in any way, deviant behavior, or negative behavior, violent behavior, etc. So there must be a review of the policy. I believe that there must be a review of the policy. But I'm not saying that we should reintroduce corporal punishment. What I'm saying is that the policy works for 7 years. It's still a long time enough to review it and assess its level of effectiveness and efficiency, and especially where it has suffered a very, very, very high level of inertia or low level of acceptance by the key stakeholders. So I once again call for a review of the positive discipline policy to see how we can strengthen its effectiveness.
Well, Kofi Asare further urged parents to focus on instilling discipline in their children to help curb the rise in active violence in schools.
I think that the preventive approach is where we've gotten it quite wrong than the reactionary approach. If parents were upfront, much more proactive in instilling discipline and grooming their children in a manner that they do not become exposed or they do not become radicalized, I think that such behaviors wouldn't have been taken to school in the first place. And so I place at the doorstep of parents a bigger chunk of this responsibility to ensure that our children are groomed, not in violence, or not to be participants in this radicalization of our youth.
He heard the Executive Director of the Africa Education Watch, Kofi Asare. We do some health stories now. The Ghana Health Service has scheduled a vaccination exercise for health workers involved in efforts to contain the cholera outbreak in parts of the central region. The initiative aims to protect health workers and curb the spread of the disease. Now, so far, 14 people have died from the outbreak. Speaking to Citi News after visiting cholera patients at the Winneba Municipal Hospital, Acting Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Samuel Kaba Akoria, said the team will focus on contact tracing as data on families of affected patients is unavailable.
We need to boost their morale. We need to make sure that they keep offering their services without fear. So we decided with the little that we have, we'll start with those health workers and then the family members of those who already have it, so that they don't contract it and also keep spreading. It becomes very difficult if you have to contact trace than if you contain it, and then we just remain with those who have it and we'll be able to treat them. So after we do prevention, promotion, and cure, the most important thing is to go into the vaccination so that we don't get things spread. The cholera spread is not the entire central region. Right now, our concern is here, all right, and Swedro, okay, where we still have 7 cases there, and here 7 cases as well. We are happy to say that when it comes to the other areas, we only have 1 cases, and they are not severe.
You heard the Acting Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Samuel Kaba Korea. Let's not go live to the region and speak with our Central Regional Correspondent, Calvis Tete. Calvis, good afternoon. Thank you for your company this afternoon. Explain to us what the issue with the health workers possibly contracting cholera in this instance, which has necessitated the vaccination of they themselves before even they go ahead with the entire vaccination program.
Well, so earlier yesterday, the Acting Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Professor Samuel Kaba, was in the region to engage with health workers and then other stakeholders that matter in ensuring that the fight against cholera is won. According to him, the health workers are the first point of contact, and for that matter, once they'll be embarking on the journey of vaccinating individuals in the region, there's a need for them to be vaccinated first, and then they can go ahead and then vaccinate individuals who are infected with cholera. I also asked him about what they are doing about contact tracing, and then he said that they have the data on the families who have contacted persons who have contracted the disease. So it is easier for them to do contact tracing in the sense that they'll be going to the homes of these individuals to, treat them. Professor said that it is important we do this exercise, and for that matter, the health workers, first of all, need to be vaccinated before they can embark on this exercise. We moved to the market square in Cape Coast, the Kotokraba market, and other smaller markets within the area to engage with traders on the need to keep safe and then keep a clean environment. And then we also moved to the Winneba area where there are 7 cases of cholera there, and so the Director General and his team went there and then took a look at the situation, and they made mention that they would ensure that these individuals who are treated well, and then they will do contact tracing to ensure that people who get closer to these individuals who have been infected are also treated to ensure the disease doesn't spread across the region. In total, the central region has over 2,047 cases in all in the region, whereas the cumulative confirmed cases stands at 187, and the cumulative death is 14 in the central region. So 14 persons have died out of cholera in the region as we speak.
Very well. Thank you so much for those updates. That's Calvis Tete. He's our man in the central region giving us updates on the cholera situation. We move on now to some more stories. And Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakufibua, has announced plans to engage traditional leaders in the coming days to tackle illegal mining known as galamsey. Speaking to journalists after meeting with staff on his first day in office, the minister reaffirmed the Mahama government's commitment to protecting forest reserves and water bodies by ensuring a regulated and sustainable mining sector. Now, he stressed the need for collaboration with traditional authorities, recognizing their crucial role in land and resource management.
How do we make sure that illegal mining or galamsey is completely fashioned out and that we create a pathway for anybody who wants to engage in mining to do it legally, environmentally a friendly way, and make sure that we also protect our water bodies. You will see that shortly I'll be visiting critical traditional authorities, engage them and solicit their advice and support, and as we go forward from here. And so it's a very exciting moment. The people of Ghana are with us, and we believe we will succeed.
Well, he also announced a monthly media briefing on steps taken in dealing with the illegal mining menace.
We will need your support. We need your support to commend people who are doing the right thing. We need your support to expose people who are destroying our water bodies. And you have our complete support. I intend to engage you on a monthly basis to update you on the progress we are making. And you're going to be part of this.
Minister for Lands and Natural Resources Emmanuel Amakufibua, now First Deputy Speaker of Parliament and Chairman of the Appointments Committee Bernard Ahiafo, has defended Speaker Alban Bagben's decision to suspend 4 members of Parliament. Reactions to the Speaker's decision have been mixed, with some describing it as unlawful while others view it as necessary. Well, in an interview on the Point of View on Channel 1 TV, Mr. Ahiafo clarified the Speaker's authority in such situations.
As a private legal practitioner, if I reduce it into a courtroom practice, we have 2 types of those incidents. The one that happened outside of the court, where you need to lead evidence to establish it. But the one within the court, you need no evidence to take decision as a judge. That is why we have contempt ex facial query and contempt in facial query if it were to be in court. But this is a contempt in facial parliamentary.
So was the Speaker acting as a judge in this matter?
Yes, in matters of this nature, where you have to take a decision in one way or the other, you are playing the role of a judge.
Could it not be your decision, because this was happening under you? I thought you have the power as chair of the committee.
I have the opportunity
in the middle of the melee to sanction people.
I have the opportunity to explain it, that the Speaker of Parliament is the chair. So if Parliament is reduced to a committee level and you happen to be acting as the chair of the committee, you are acting instead of the Speaker. So whatever decision that you can take in that particular capacity, Speaker can equally take those decisions.
First Deputy Speaker of Parliament and Chairman of the Appointments Committee, Bernard Ahiafo. The Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications says it is open to discussions on the proposed SIM re-registration exercise. The Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber, Dr. Kenneth Ashibe, says the Chamber is ready to engage Communications Minister Samuel Nate George on addressing inefficiencies in the current system. Now, speaking to City News, he stressed the need for a well-planned approach to ensure a seamless and effective re-registration process.
The engagement with the minister, we need to understand what he has in mind, and we also have some ideas about some of the things that we believe we should do, because beyond even just building the SIM registry database that is aligned with the NIA database, we have been having some conversations with, for example, the Ghana Association of Banks, for example, where that if you are found to have committed a fraud because your SIM card is linked to your Ghana card, and it's the same Ghana card you've used in opening that account, it should be able to happen that once the fraud is committed either on the EMI side, on the mobile money, the DSM side, or on the bank, you will be blocked in such a way that you will not even be able to, if you go to the bank and want to do another transaction. So we have some ideas in terms of being able to centralize that database, and based on which these fraudsters will be able to tighten the rules around them.
Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications, Dr. Kenneth Ashibe. Before we go, the National Tripartite Committee, comprising representatives from government, employers, and organized labor and associations, has commenced negotiations to determine the 2025 minimum wage. The discussions began on Monday, February 3, 2025, marking a critical step in setting wage standards for the upcoming financial year. Now, following the conclusion of the minimum wage negotiations, discussions on base pay for public public sector salaries will commence. However, both processes are behind schedule as they were originally expected to be completed by end of April 2024 in accordance with the Public Financial Management Act. And that does it for today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which came to you live from our studio in Adabraka. Log on to Citi Newsroom for more stories. My name is Ajuatin Krama Domna. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.
Citi News. We speak first.